Tragedy in a Kentucky school leaves 2 lives lost, many others injured. This morning, loved ones trying to make sense of it all.
Plus, tax season is here, how you can get help filing, and a scam you need to know about.
On your side, this is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning to you. Taking a live look from the Phoenix City Amphitheater camera on this Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Central. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3. I'm Greg Lloyd.
And I'm Tila Stahl.
And I'm Carmen Rose, in for Jeff Kelly. Welcome to News 3 This Morning.
Glad to have you along with us, and Carmen, glad to have you here while Jeff is enjoying some time off.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure he's probably sleeping in right now.
Smart man.
At least we hope he is.
Yeah, I would hope so. If you're watching, Jeff, please go back to bed. But you know what? If you are stepping outside, you'll notice how cool it is. So it may be a little bit hard to get out of bed this morning as temperatures are into the upper 30s right now in Columbus. Notice some lower 30s closer to freezing in LaGrange as well as Auburn and even Opelika. Now as we get through the rest of the day, we're going to start to warm up. So cool in the morning, but then we're going to see all that sunshine, be a little bit breezy, not as windy as yesterday though. And I'm going with a 5 out of 5 just because, you know, this is January. This is where we should be. I like the cooler temperatures, lower humidity. So it's going to be great to do anything outdoors. And then it's also going to be nice and pleasant as we head through the rest of the week too.
I love the 5.
5 out of 5 on a Wednesday.
Yes.
Boy, doesn't that feel good.
I know. Good hump day forecast for you.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you, Carmen. New information this morning about the death of a beloved Alabama representative, plus the latest on a violent school outbreak in Kentucky that leaves 2 dead.
We have a potentially life-saving reminder for families in Mom's Morning Minute, a heartwarming homecoming, and a local sheriff wins a prestigious honor. Now your News 3 eye-opener. This morning, we're learning more about the death of longtime Alabama State Representative George Bandy.
I took out my headphones and turned around, and everyone was just broken up. They were running. I saw the flashes from the gunshots, and by that time I was just running.
New details emerge from witnesses and police following a deadly school shooting in Kentucky.
Come on down to Goodwill because Goodwill does good service, they fast and they're reliable, and you won't have a problem.
Tax season brings out the best in the valley as neighbors gear up to help each other get those returns filed.
But unfortunately, tax season brings out the worst in criminals. This morning, a reminder about warning signs of IRS scams.
Depending on how that customer was using their heating system and their other electrical appliances, that would play largely into that usage.
This morning, advice for all power customers about conserving energy and saving money.
A local sheriff receives a prestigious statewide honor from his peers.
I was at school and he just came in and it was just speechless.
News 3 witnesses an emotional reunion between a soldier and his child.
In today's Mom's Morning Minute, Tila offers potentially life-saving advice about something we should all have in our homes.
And why one of America's favorite celebrities made a stop in Alabama.
All this and much more, but first, today's top stories.
New information this morning in the death of Alabama Representative George Bandy. Our media partner, the Ledger-Inquirer, reports Bandy passed away from injuries he sustained in a crash that happened on January 5th. He passed away on January 16th. Muskogee County Coroner Buddy Bryan says Bandy died of internal injuries at Navicent Health. That's a level 1 trauma center in Macon, Georgia. Bandy was airlifted to the trauma center following the January 5th accident on Andrews Road. Bryan said Navicent Health provided preliminary cause of Bandy's death as internal injuries. Records were requested as part of the death investigation. Bandy has served as the Democratic representative for Lee and Russell counties since 1994. He was also a pastor at St. James Missionary Baptist Church in Opelika.
Students were able to walk away from a school bus crash in Columbus yesterday. The Muskogee County School District says that bus was carrying students home Tuesday afternoon when it collided with a car as it was leaving Richards Middle School. It happened near the intersection of Macon Road and Boxwood Boulevard. Luckily and thankfully, no students injured. The cause of that crash remains under investigation.
This morning, new information about the future of 2 members of the Muskogee County School Board. According to an article from allongeorgia.com, Board members Frank Myers and John Thomas will not seek re-election for their seats in May. The author of the article is Thomas himself. He states their reasons for deciding against re-election. One of those reasons, Thomas says, both he and Myers did not want to delay their announcement and keep other candidates from declaring for the election. The deadline to qualify is March 5th. Thomas also thanked his supporters by writing the following quote: "I want to express my sincere gratitude to those who voted for me and supported me in my efforts to do what I thought was right as a school board member. I will not let up during the last 11 months of my term, and I will continue to stick to my principles." End quote. Myers and Thomas have served on the Muskogee County School Board since 2014.
This morning, a local educator being recognized for her hard work and dedication. Fort Service Learning Magnet Academy principal Sonia L. Matthews-Coxum has been named as a finalist for the Georgia Association of Secondary School Principals of the Year. That program recognizes principals who excel in leadership education, resolving problems, and developing themselves and others around them, as well as community service. Matthews-Coxum has served as principal of the school since 2007.
A night of remembrance in Marshall County, Kentucky, after a school shooting left 2 students dead and several others hurt. That shooting happened yesterday. Students, teachers, and parents held a vigil to grieve for the lives lost and for the experience they'll never forget.
Kentucky State Police Commissioner Richard Sanders says that yesterday's shooting at Marshall County High School started in a crowded school atrium just before 8 o'clock. It injured at least 18 students, and it took the lives of 2, Bailey Nicole Holt and Preston Ryan Cope. They're both just 15 years old. Patrick Adamson, he's a community leader, and his wife a teacher at Marshall County High. He explained how this tragedy is bringing everyone together.
The families that are impacted, the students that are impacted, the faculty at the school, the first responders. We had opportunities to pray for each and every one of those groups, and then just to come together and pray together and just be a community. And a lot of times tragedy pulls people together like that, and we just wanted to give our local community, this close to the school, an opportunity to do that tonight.
Adamson said Marshall County High School is the only high school where everyone is heavily involved in the community, and so last night was about doing what they normally do, taking care of other people.
Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin says it will take some time for people to heal, and some in the community will never heal. All Marshall County schools have canceled classes for today.
With the tax season upon us, a warning this morning from the Eufaula Police Department to protect yourself against scammers after your return cash. Officials say the IRS will never contact you through the text, email, or social media. Also, IRS is not going to demand immediate payment from people who owe money. They also don't ask for it on prepaid cards. And also this morning, and remember this, they will never swear warrants out for your arrest from the local police department or sheriff's office. Police say if you get such a call from scammers, just hang up the phone.
News 3 is on your side today, and it is not too early for tax season. As a matter of fact, Goodwill has started its free tax preparation service for select families in Columbus. Goodwill Career Center certified volunteers will help those who earned less than $54,000 get a head start on tax season. One woman took advantage the first day Goodwill made their services available.
If you're trying to save for this year coming in 2018, I say come on down to Goodwill, because Goodwill does good service, they fast and they're reliable, and you won't have a problem.
For the days and hours of the tax services available at Goodwill, head to our website, WRBL.com.
This morning, News 3 is looking into what may be driving home energy costs up for some Alabama power customers. More than a dozen viewers sent in copies of their bills to News 3 showing a spike in usage and bills totaling hundreds of dollars higher than normal.
Some customers thought there must have been a rate change, but Alabama Power tells us the rates are still the same. A spokesperson says 22 days of at or below freezing temperatures since mid-December may be straining electrical systems.
Well, if it's 20 degrees outside and you've got your thermostat set on around 70, then that system is working pretty hard to maintain that temperature in your home. So it would be wise not to use any other heavy users of electricity during that period of time, like a washer, a dryer, a dishwasher. Those types of appliances can pull a significant amount of energy.
Brennan says there are also many things overlooked around the home that can strain the system. She suggests cleaning out your air filters every 30 days. Another way to keep costs low is to look for places where warm air could be escaping and plug them with a towel. If you still think there may be something interfering with your system, you may request an Alabama power inspector come to your home and identify energy leaks.
This morning, Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones, he has received special recognition and a very high honor from the state. He was named Alabama Sheriff of the Year by his peers at the Alabama Sheriff's Association. That honor was awarded to Sheriff Jones last night during the Alabama Sheriff's Convention. He began his career with the Lee County Sheriff's Office in 1975 while a student at Auburn University. He was first elected to the Sheriff's Office in 1998. Sheriff Jones is currently serving his 4th term.
2 former Tuskegee police lieutenants are facing federal civil rights charges in the beating of a man under arrest. 53-year-old Alex Huntley and 44-year-old Darian LaCour were indicted by a federal grand jury accused of beating a man in custody in 2014 and then trying to cover it up. The indictment says Huntley assaulted the man while LaCour willfully failed to intervene. Both men are also accused of directing and encouraging others in the Tuskegee Police Department who witnessed the assault to keep it a secret. Finally, the indictment states Huntley gave false testimony under oath during that man's criminal case. One company is restructuring its workforce.
But unfortunately, that means that many people will lose their jobs in the process. We're going to tell you more about that in 2 minutes when we come back. We're taking a live look this morning at Toomer's Corner. It's 6:11 Eastern, 5:11 Central Time, and we want to say to all of our friends watching, whether it be online or on right here in the community, thank you for waking up with WRBL News 3. We're back in a moment.